We continue today's press conference. We have head coach Pascal Jansen. If we have any questions, please raise your hand.
Sure.
We'll get started with Glenn.
Maybe just a simple one to start, Pascal. Any particular injury updates? That was 9 yellow cards, physical game. Fernandez, Mercado, Freeze, they all had some issues at some point. How's everybody doing?
All fine, Glenn. Surprises me that you mentioned physical game, because there were a few yellow cards on both sides that were there was no physical.
We saw the replays. Yeah.
There was no physicality involved at all. So, but that's a different story.
I know you don't delve too much into the referees, but John Freeman also did the Miami game, the Eastern Conference Final last year, which was an interesting game as well from certain standpoints. So.
I don't know where you're going with this question, but I'm very curious.
No, I don't. I'm not going anywhere with it. It's just,
Okay.
He's had a couple of interesting games with New York City. That's all I'll say.
I think in general, the only similarity for me, if you compare both games, is the first half where there's quite a few yellow cards on both sides, because that happened in the game against Miami as well. Cards on both sides that you can ask certain questions about. I don't think all yellow cards were needed. You can also do it in a different way, but at the end of the day, the referee is the guy in charge, and he decides, so that's what we have to deal with.
Because when you get these yellow cards early, it's tough managing for him too, because no one really wants to send a player off, and then you're putting yourself almost in that position.
Well, as I said, he's in charge, so he determines where the line is. And the thing is, if you see the first foul in the second half on Maxi Morales, just in front of the dugout, that's a strange one, because that would have been a yellow card in the first half, but apparently not in the second half. So, but again, the ref is in charge, and we just have to deal with it.
All right, I'll leave it alone.
Onto the Zoom. Scott?
Hey, Coach, how are you? Scott Church and Stream Punk Soccer.
Hi, Scott.
Hey, obviously in this case, you're facing Red Bull again, just 2.5 weeks. Talk a little bit about preparation on this match versus the last one, and also the expectations from the fans coming out tomorrow night. Are you expecting to have the same kind of energy from the fan base that you did a couple weeks ago? Thanks.
I hope so. I hope every fan finds his way to the Red Bull Stadium again and support us, because obviously we need it again. It's helped us the last time we played there, and the same in the 25 season. And preparation-wise, Scott, it's very easy. Since our win there, they've played 3 games. We've played 3 games. We managed to see some tweaks in certain plays they used in the 3 games that they played after us. But other than that, preparation-wise for both teams, I guess, is short, because it's a quick turnaround. Games are fast, coming fast. So we did our homework like we do usually, and we're ready to go again.
Anyone else? Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's pre-match press conference ahead of our game against Red Bull New York. We have defender Tayvon Gray. If we have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll get started in the room with Glenn.
Hey, Tayvon. Your coach has talked about looking at the season in blocks, and he's often referred to the second block and how things broke down in areas, and he said 90% of it he felt was mentality. Now you've got clean sheets in the last 2 games. So, in your words, what was going on then and what's going on now?
I think when you're building something as strong as we have right now, I don't think it comes with just, everything glitz and glams, everything perfect. I think it comes with its ups and downs. I think it's just a part of the journey. I think, I can look back to when we won the MLS Cup. We were probably in a similar boat, where in the beginning we kind of struggled here and struggled there, but we won, you know what I mean? And nobody ever remembered that. So, to be honest, not dwelling too much on the second block, I think we're out of that hump, so we're just trying to keep it going forward.
How about yourself individually? Because in that second block, there were times, we look at Montreal and what happened there, and but again, over these last 2 matches, your consistency has certainly reemerged, if it was at all faded.
Yeah, myself included, I think I was also in that hump, it wasn't just as a collective. I think myself, I wasn't playing as well as I should have been playing. I think when it comes to the last 2 games, I definitely stepped up more than I was in the past for sure. Like I said, I'm just trying to keep that form going forward, and yeah.
And then finally, just coming up against Red Bull. The first game's an Open Cup game. It's a different competition, but we would expect pretty much the same teams out there for this one. And what do you recall about that game that made it work so well? I suppose the corner kicks are the first thing that come to mind, but what else?
You're from the Red Bulls, right?
Yeah, Red Bull.
Yeah, I thought to be fair, we emphasized a lot on set pieces, especially like in that second block, we conceded a few set pieces. So I think that was big for us, that was very big for us. Especially for me, I don't think I've ever been part of a game where you scored 3 corners and identical corners at that. But yeah, that just shows the mentality that Pascal spoke about in the past, I think that really got the switch going for us, really, that moment right there.
Thank you.
Onto the Zoom, we'll go with Scott.
Hey, Tayvon, how are you? Scott Church and Stream Punk Soccer. Just to elaborate a little bit on the Derby match and everything like that, this is by no means new for you. You're a veteran of these matches at this point. Does it feel different to you? Does it still have the same energy, or how does it feel versus, say, a few years ago? Thanks.
Nah, I think it definitely has more energy than like your regular game for sure. I think obviously they all require a tremendous amount of energy, but I think the Derby in general always brings another side of us for sure. That one's definitely personal for sure.
But I meant like for you personally, say versus a 21 or 22, does it feel the same to you personally versus back then, or is it a little different? You think?
No, it feels the same. It feels definitely the same. Like I said, for me personally, it's always personal. So especially against them, I think I definitely take that one to heart. I'm born and raised in New York, so like I've grown up playing against them all the time. So to becoming a pro and doing the same thing, so I definitely carry that one for sure on my shoulders.
Anyone else? Great. Thank you, everybody.